Yours, damn right, it's better than yours. I can teach you.
The thing that makes me put the guys go crazy. They lose their minds.
What's good? What's up, Messy Mob? It's your girl MessyMya, and I am back again with another video. So today we're gonna be getting into this drama between Tesehki and Chrisean because the girls, the fans, and everybody else has been gagged ever since Zeus dropped the official trailer for Baddies Midwest. And girl, it was jail. Chrisean went into deep detail as to what Tesehki had her doing when she was only 7 years old. So let's just go ahead and get into the video because now everybody just seems to be switching up on Chrisean and everybody is speaking out against her. Everybody is siding with Tesehki. So let's just go ahead and get into it. But first, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on that post notification bell so you know every single time I post a new video. Girl, it's MessyMya. It's the Messy Mob girl. We are lit over here. Trust and believe that. And yeah, let's get into the mess. So for the past year, Tesehki and Chrisean have clearly been going through it. From Tesehki getting jumped by Chrisean's friends to Tesehki swearing up and down on interviews that she was never going to forgive or be cool with Chrisean again.
Did y'all get past that?
No.
Cool down or what?
I could never be cool.
No.
I stand on certain things. And I've always been the provider and protector of my family. I'm number 8 out of 12.
Yeah.
So, I done forgave them for so many things. This is different. You get me jumped, and then you jump me with them, and then you try to, you tell the internet that it was just them. Like, come on, you would not know what the fuck was going on. Let's say if I was to, forgive her, I still got to have in the back of my mind if we have a disagreement about some colors.
You let some outside.
I got to keep my team, security, right? You got to be on point. Yes, we siblings, but you got to be, I shouldn't have to be around people like that.
Down to Chrisean coming to the internet and telling the internet that her sister was touching her and that her sister was a fast individual child.
She was a fast individual, bro. Ask her about when she wanted to play house. No, because she acting like motherfuckers ain't really trying to touch me. Like, we don't like each other because our childhood, bro.
Now, baby, there's one thing to talk that shit on the internet. It's another thing to do interviews about that person, but it's another thing to be girl in the flesh, okay? In the flesh, and they was in the flesh during the filming of Baddies Midwest. And girl, Chrisean, when I tell you, the girl stood on everything that she said online. Child, let's just go ahead and get into this snippet.
I remember when I was 7. You made me eat your
You said what? I'm done talking. You're going to jail. Defamation of character.
Okay, so of course Tesehki has been denying down. She has been denying it ever since Chrisean first came on the internet and basically tried to expose her for touching her when she was little. But, however, now more people are speaking out, not only speaking out against Chrisean, but speaking out and switching up. Let's just go ahead and get into what others have to say about this situation. And girl, these are not others that are just like outside of, you know what I'm saying? Like, fans speculating and giving their opinion and guessing on who's, no. These are actual people that was in their circle, people who are around them, and people, girl, let's just go ahead and get into it. So of course, not only because they chose to record this, but air it, and it was one of the first clips in the trailer, fans have been calling out Zeus for basically exploiting their trauma for financial and personal gain. So baby, someone from the production team of Zeus, somebody that works at Zeus, basically got online and basically put out a statement saying that y'all don't need to be blaming Zeus. Y'all need to blame Chrisean and hold Chrisean accountable for saying it on national television, okay? So he said what Chrisean claimed Tesehki did to her as a child has nothing to do with Zeus. Those are allegations and we don't know if they're true or not. But coming to my post and DMing me saying Zeus shouldn't have aired it and being disrespectful doesn't make sense. How about holding Chrisean accountable for her own words? No one forced her to say that, okay? That's what she chose to share. She's an adult. Blaming Zeus for broadcasting it is delusional. Okay, so, no, sir. I understand what he's saying for sure, because at the end of the day, they're just a network. Like, it was a sit down. They knew it was going to be a sit down. They knew the sit down was going to be recorded and televised and put out there. So, again, hold them accountable for it. I understand what he's trying to say, but it's like, y'all knew what y'all were doing by making that the first clip of the trailer. Y'all knew what y'all was doing. Y'all was using their trauma and their girl, something that should be handled in therapy. Y'all use that for financial and personal gain and for shock value for the fans. Because y'all don't care. Y'all don't have any boundaries. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I still understand what he's saying, though. I get it. But I don't know, child. I feel like they should take responsibility, too. So then Tesehki shared what he said and responded to it and said, and her and whoever she is paying to say foolishness will be held accountable. You don't get to make up ish like this because you're mad someone else is elevating. No, no, and no. Okay? Plus, you're taking away from real victims like myself. Okay, so their sister Chastity also came online and took Tesehki's side. She really was like talking in circles, so y'all can read it if y'all want to, but she really was talking in circles and honestly said a whole bunch of nothing. But to sum it all up, she was sticking up for Tesehki and basically saying that Chrisean was lying, as she shared this old live of them on live with Chrisean, and Chrisean basically was saying that she never went through anything tragic in her childhood.
Yeah, but Tifa and you, Chastity, y'all went through some shit, like, you know?
Yeah.
Like, nobody never, you know what I'm saying? I never personally went through something that took my level, like my childhood away. The only thing that took my childhood away was like mommy always sleep and been at friend's house, but that's it. I don't know. I told my young self, it's okay to not be okay. But I don't know. What would you tell your young self, Tifa, to be more confident?
And Tesehki also shared this live again, as I shared in my last video. Tesehki also shared the snippet of this live and basically said that Chrisean was using her and Chastity's, as in Tesehki and Chastity's childhood trauma, as her own. Okay? Basically saying, girl, you're lying and you're trying to take my story and make it your own story. But even when their sister Chastity spoke out and basically said that Chrisean was lying, some of the fans still were not buying it. Some of the fans said that there are, certain instances where families would try to cover up things like this. So as I said, at this point, people are speaking up against Chrisean. So at this point, production then spoke up and basically say, y'all need to hold Chrisean accountable for even saying it in the first place. Okay. Basically, yeah. Tesehki, of course, Tesehki spoke out trying to defend herself. Chastity, their sister, spoke out, which is still crazy to me because Tristan, the nephew, which is China's son. China is the oldest sibling of the 12. Okay, her son spoke out against Tesehki, their nephew, but when he spoke out against Tesehki, Chastity was one of the people that he named that also, girl. It's just a whole lot of mess, okay? So again, production spoke out against Chrisean, Chastity spoke out against Chrisean, and Chrisean's ex-best friend or best friend, they're calling her Chrisean's bestie, but I'm guessing ex-bestie considering the fact that she just spoke out against her. So she spoke out against Chrisean as well and basically called Chrisean a liar as well. This is somebody who was very close with both Tesehki and Chrisean. Okay, so again, AJ speaks out in regards to the situation between Chrisean and Tesehki. She said, been her best friend since sophomore year of high school. And as many times as Shawty been mad and I was there with her, these allegations would have been came up. She never said a word about her sister touching her ever, okay? Mind y'all, we was just sleeping on Tifa's couch the day before she announced she was pregnant. And prior to that, calling Tifa every single day. And with her every time you came to Maryland at Chrisean, you're sick. So she continues and she says, every time something didn't go her way, she lied about somebody touching her. She lied about Sean R. Malone, the people who took you in, and the baby's godparents, making sexual advances at her. She lied about another person, quote unquote, trying to have you know what with her. Now you're lying about your own blood sister simply because you are jealous of her. She is not only calling Chrisean sick and a liar, but she is also saying that every single time Chrisean does not get her way, she accuses, apparently, child, let her tell it, she accuses everybody of girl, this is a mess, which is crazy because Carlissa also spoke out against Chrisean when this whole thing aired. Child, let's get into that because now we're about to talk about, because y'all seen AJ just said, right? Let's, girl, stay with me. It's a lot, I know, but stay with me. AJ basically just said that when Chrisean would not get her way, Chrisean would lie about other people doing whatever to her, right? And making up false allegations about other people, and now she's doing it to Tesehki because she's jealous, is that and the third. But in the process of that, in the midst of that, she brings up that she also lied on her grandparents and said that her grandparents did it to her, which is crazy because, again, Carlissa, Blueface's mom, literally just spoke out against Chrisean about that whole thing. Before we get into what Carlissa said, let's get into what Blueface said. I think this was like a year ago. Girl, y'all know they used to be into it on social media real bad, okay? So he was basically, again, exposing Chrisean for... Child, let's get into it.
I know Chrisean. I know everybody around Chrisean, including her godparents. And she had told me that one time when she was in high school, around the time that she had tried on a dress, and that her godfather made a move on her. And ever since then, they've had a sort of a relationship. Now, how would I know this? Lisa and Lisa's husband, they will only know if this is true or not. Chrisean is that evil. Yeah, the people that helped her whole life, she goes and tells bad stories about them. So yes, I'm very stressed out that my child that's just brought 6 days.
Okay, again, so before we get into what Carlissa recently just said once that clip aired, let's just dissect what Blueface said real quick. Again, this was about a year ago when they were into it bad on social media. So basically what he is saying is that Chrisean is so evil to the point where she will literally lie on people who have helped her. Okay, so Chrisean had him under the impression that her godparents did what they did to her, allegedly. It's all alleged at the end of the day. She accused them of doing what they did to her, okay? But at this time, they were broken up, and she moved in with her godparents. So he basically came online and was like, well, you told me that your godparents did this, and they did that, and they did that, and they did this, yet you have my 6 day, I think, Chrisean Jr. was literally just born. So I think he said 6 days. I don't think it was 6 weeks. I think he was like fresh. So he's saying, so yeah, I'm a little concerned. I'm a little worried that my son, my newborn son, is literally staying over there. And you told me out your mouth what they did to you when you were in high school, when you were a minor. But now you're staying with them. So now he's like, oh yeah, but she is so evil to the point where she will lie on people who have never done anything wrong or who has helped her. So let's get into what Carlissa said. So again, when Zeus dropped the Baddies Midwest trailer, and that was the first clip, and it was going viral, and everybody was buzzing and talking about it, Carlissa came online and she shared a few thoughts of her own, specifically about the time that Blueface, got online and spoke about Chrisean accusing people of doing that. She said, y'all dogged my son out. When he tried to speak out about her, he was trying to hold her accountable. From the comments that I've seen, and from people speaking out and people making videos, and again, people just having their opinions, it seems as though like everyone is split, but it seems as though as well that the more and more people come out, the more people are trying to say that Chrisean is evil and she is lying and she is trying to basically, baby, they trying to say that, girl, a word on the street is they trying to say that Chrisean is trying to ruin her sister because of jealousy and because her sister done came up, child. And let me just say this, with all of this together of everybody speaking out and everybody bringing out receipts of certain things, like the live where Chrisean literally admitted that she never went through anything tragic in her childhood, down to her ex-best friend saying that whenever, things didn't go her way, she would always try to put these type of allegations on people, from Blueface speaking out to, it is just a mess. Like I said, it has been multiple, hold on. Carlissa spoke out, AJ spoke out, production spoke out. Girl, Everybody is speaking out against Chrisean, child. It just don't look good. It don't look good. And then because the nephew, so when the nephew spoke out, he basically said, you know, he gave details, baby. He said, I was 7 years old. This is what happened. Okay, so Chrisean also said that she was 7 years old when it happened. So now some people are like, well, damn, bitch, are you taking somebody else's story and trying to make it your own? And you know, Tesehki shared that live and said that that Chrisean is trying to take their trauma and make it her own. It is just a mess, child. Okay. Now, me personally, like I said, I am just not going to give no type of opinion on this because at the end of the day, I was not with them. I did not grow up with them. I have no idea. But the girls is speaking out against Chrisean, child, and I'm going to just say it don't look good. But at the same time, it don't look good for nobody. I'm going to just say that. I'm not even going to put it on one person. It doesn't look good for anybody. The fact that Tesehki had these allegations put on her a year prior to her even coming on to baddies and becoming who she is today. You know what I'm saying? Girl, that don't look good. Multiple family members speaking out against her again prior to her coming on baddies. It just don't look good. All right. And then somebody else. And then when Chrisean first spoke out, family members were backing her up. But then at the same time, all these people now coming out against, you know, Chrisean and sharing receipts and this, that, and the third. And girl, just none of it looks good. None of it looks good, child. Like I said, I feel like they should have just went to therapy and spoke on this and hashed this out. But they chose to do it for money, and you're exploiting your own traumas for money. And I just feel like everybody is just, I don't know. But like I said, me personally, I don't have an opinion. I am not going to sit here. See, the old MessyMya, this how I know I'm mature, child. Oh, baby. Cause if you was with me back then when I had like 4 or 5K subscribers, oh girl, I used to let it loose. I didn't give a damn. But now I am mature. I am mature. Cause if y'all know when Chrisean first came out, do y'all remember like about a year ago, child? If you're a new subscriber, you're not gonna know. But if you came up with me, do y'all remember about a year ago when Chrisean first came out with those allegations against Tesehki? Do y'all remember how I reacted to that? Oh my gosh. But I am mature now. Okay. I am mature. So, you know what I'm saying? I am not going to speak on nobody's trauma. I am not going to have an opinion on it because at the end of the day, like I said, I feel differently about it now than I did back then. You know what I'm saying? I feel like at the end of the day, I feel like if Chrisean is lying, she's sick. She's sick, and it's sick and it's disheartening that she would go that far to ruin her sister. Okay? It's sick if she is lying. If she's telling the truth, I feel even more bad because, you know, it's so many people saying that she's lying, you know? And, you know, I feel like if she is telling the truth and she actually spoke her truth and people is saying that she's lying, but again, she's telling the truth, then it just goes to show like this is why victims don't really speak up, you know? But on the other hand, if it did happen and Tesehki did do it, all that tells me is that it was done to Tesehki, which Tesehki admitted. Tesehki admitted that happened to her. She admitted that it happened to her. So that's all it's telling me. So either way, it's just sad either way it goes. If she's lying, it's sad because then this is going to stick with Tesehki for the rest of her life, child. Whether Chrisean is lying or not, even if they take a lie detector today and it comes out that Chrisean was lying and Tesehki was telling the truth, this is always going to stick with her. It's always going to stick with her. Okay? Whether it's just sad either way it goes. It's unfortunate either way it goes, whether it's a truth or a lie. It's just so sad. But Tesehki claims that she will be holding Chrisean accountable. And once the episode comes out, that is when Chrisean will be served with, you know, a lawsuit for defamation of character. So she will be moving forward with that. She spoke out and she said that. And she basically said that everyone that not backed her up, but everyone that, you know, she paid and that came out and, you know, stuff like that. She said that those people will also be held accountable as well. So Tesehki is going forward with the lawsuit, and yeah, But bye, y'all. That's all I have for you guys today. I love y'all so much. It's MessyMya. I'm out this hoe. Bye.
Damn.